All right, I want you to be very clear right now. To make a difference, you must be different. You are here today. You have accepted the responsibility to build your business. We've got the best of the best here in Market America. The best plan, the best people, the best system of training, the best of the best. Would you agree? This corporate team has given us 200% and more. Are you ready to give 100%? To your business, to your people, to your organization? See, that's what it takes. I was so fortunate to be introduced to this business 17 years ago. Oh, my God. At the leadership school in San Diego. I came to that event with a dream. This was my dream. Do you see it? I hope you see it. Because if you don't see it, you'll never see it. You got to have your dream. Your dream. What is your dream? I was fortunate to have a dream. I don't know if you have a dream. I had a dream so big the facts didn't count. See, I was this crazy woman. Who would ever do what I did? See, they all thought they could do what I do. Because I was never always, really that good. I just had a dream. And I had made a plan of action because I just did it. Because I had a system of training. This is my dream. This is our property. This is my why. You see, when I was a little girl, I stood on where that big house is. I stood there at 6 years old with my dad, and I said, Daddy, when I get big, I'm going to have all kinds of people come, and I'm going to have a big house here. That's what I saw when I was 6 years old. And Dad said, yes, Snooki, and I'm going to have a house over here. Well, guess what? My dad died when I was 19 years old, just married. He never knew that I was able to keep that place when we were so close to bankruptcy. But you see, this is my why. You have to have a why. Whatever your why is, you can make it happen. So in 1996, a friend from high school called me about Market America. Now, we used to party together. We had a lot of fun together, right? See, and here's a tip. Just find somebody with a little bit of a wild side. He knew me, and he knew I was looking for a home-based business, all right? So I said, no, are you kidding me? He sold used cars in Colorado Springs, Colorado. Fred, no way. I hung up on him. Fred was persistent. That was in December. He called me back. I said, no, Fred, I'm not interested. He called me back again. I said, no. The fourth time he called back, he offered a trip to San Diego, California, to the leadership school at the Hotel del Coronado, and I watched Dennis Franks and J.R. Ridinger in jackets of red, white, and blue train. And I thought, okay, this is different than any of those other 6 multi-level programs that I had tried for 2 years that didn't work, okay, that failed me and my family. Okay, there I was introduced to real people, real products, and a marketing plan that was so simple and so real for me. It was all about developing this distribution center. One person on the right, one person on the left, take them to $1,500 a week, and I'm going to make $2,100 a week. I believed because he said it was true, because Julie Scholl showed me the plan. Thank you, Julie, from the bottom of my heart. Okay. And Kelly White had followed me around for a week. Yeah, and we showed the plan. He showed the plan. I just went, oh my God, OMG, this is like too good. And then I had an audio tape of J.R. Ridinger. Guess what the title was? The Unfranchised and Binary Marketing. Anybody listen to that tape? You listened to it lately? You should. Get it out. Because that's why I believed so fast. You see, my background had been in education. I was an English teacher for 3 short years, and then I found direct sales because I wanted to stay home with my babies, right? And so I found this wonderful business with a party plan. Now, I tell you that because I want you to know there's a lot of women like me out there looking for a better way, and they're already trained, right? Okay, so for 20 years I was with that company. I gave it up. I resigned. Because I really thought I had found a better way with network marketing and some MLM deals. I gave it up. $80,000 a year I was making, right? Okay? And so but that was 50, 60 hours a week. So I gave it up. I was burned out because we wanted to move to the dream. See, and my sales force had to live 50 miles from me. And so I had to give it up. I gave up the income. It was insane because we were going backwards every single month for 2 years, almost close to bankruptcy. My income was the bigger income. My husband's a high school teacher, okay? So we tried them all. I was searching for a home-based business, and my sponsor knew that. You see, how many people are searching, and you give up on them because they say no the first time. Don't give up. If you know they are dependable, self-motivated, and a team player, that's what it takes. And they've got a circle of influence. Did you hear that? Are you dependable? Are you self-motivated? And are you a team player? That's what it takes to build this business. So determine right today, okay, I know what it takes. As I evaluated, I had some basic questions. Can I trust the people? Do the products work? How can I do this business? I'm already working 50 hours a week. I got 6 of those MLM deals going on. Yeah, I was doing 6 of them all at once. Right, Elizabeth? Okay. You know the feeling. One of them's got to work. Okay, one of them's going to work. I just know it. I still had 3% of my 20 people that were left, you see, from the home interiors. I was making some money, right? But how can I make this work? I'm too busy. I already work 50 hours. How can I find others to do it? How can I help them duplicate? What do I do? It was massive action, get as many people to those UBPs. Back then they were called the second looks, the basic fives, whatever was going on, the local seminars. The NMTSS trained me, praise God. NMTSS, Pam and Tony Bowling. They told me exactly what to do in April of 1996, along with 10 other people, guests that I brought to that meeting, okay? And then from there, it was the Getting Started Guide. Because I said, Kelly, yeah, send in that paperwork. He sat on it for 6 months while I put myself on a trial run to see if the meetings back in Minneapolis were really real. And they were. Praise God. Thank you, Mary Susan, okay, and her team. They had it all going on. All I had to do was sit in the front row with my 10 people, right? And from that, we signed up people, and I got this Getting Started Guide. The company didn't have it. Elizabeth Weber did. And it was emailed. Scratch email. It was faxed to me. You could hardly read it, and I made copies of that fax. And handed it out to everybody. And I said, if this woman's making close to $1 million, all we got to do is do what she says. Check off, check off, check off. And that's what we did with every single person. JR showed the plan for me on a video. Okay? I'd show him half the video, and then I'd say, okay, stop it. Now, I want you to come to the second look to see the rest of the story and a lot of people that are making money. It's that simple. You can do the same thing. See? And then we'd follow up afterwards because Elizabeth said, make the follow-up before the meeting so that you can meet with them after because they either want to get started or they're going to have questions, right? It was that simple. So our team started duplicating our Lee and Loewy's OPC retailing system, and we started making money fast. It was dreaming and doing in massive action, and this is where I got to stop. All right? And there's more. See, it's an 8-hour story, and I got to do it in 8 minutes. Better than 3, right? But 3 minutes, rather. And so I'm done. I just want you to take massive action. You need to decide what you want. Have a dream so big the facts don't count. JR came to Minneapolis in 1996 in September. I stood on stage, and they pulled me off by a hook. Because I was standing there reading, JR, how do I love thee? Let me count the ways. I love you all. Let me count the ways I couldn't even begin to say, and thank you so much.
Well, I want to tell you my story on how I was introduced to Market America back in 1996. Both my wife and I were playing on a co-ed softball team, and a lady that I tell her thank you, thank you, thank you every time is Bonnie Gallagher. She was persistent with me, and Bonnie kept telling me about this great business, and I wasn't interested because I love my job. My wife loved her job teaching. We weren't looking. We were average people, or at least I was. My wife's above average. But for 4 months, we got together every Sunday, and she tried to tell me about this great business, Big Al. You love money. You would love it. I said, Bonnie, I'm not interested. But 4 months later, she found my weakness. A cold beer and some food. So sometimes you got to do what you got to do to get people to take a look at this business. And at that time, I invited the rest of the softball team to view what I was looking at. And there was only 2 people that showed up. Ronnie Robinson and Paul Monday. And the only reason why Ronnie showed up is he was my neighbor, and he was too busy, but he was laughing in the background, and it took me 2.5 years, and he finally come on board. So thank you, Ronnie, for believing in me, but I believed in you, him and Becky. But here's my story. I worked in a prison. You know, I love going to my job. My wife was a school teacher. You know, we were just normal, everyday people. We went to college to get an education, and you know, I knew somebody that got me an athletic director job in the prison system, and I loved it. I mean, I went to work every day. My wife loved what she did, and you know, we lived a normal life, guys. See, people look at us leaders, and they think, how did they do it? I can't do what Big Al does. My wife will tell you, she can't show the plan like me, just like I can't show the plan like her. So as Frank Kiefer taught us, be yourself. But I lived a normal life. I had a hoopty van. And at the time I was introduced to Mark in America, I looked at Bonnie, because Bonnie is so goal-driven. Goal-driven. She found out what we wanted, and she assisted us, but she didn't do it for us. I wanted to replace that $300 check to get a different vehicle. Everybody gets in this business for a different reason. Mine was just show me how to make $300 a month so I can get out of the hoopty, okay? But when I registered my business in 1996, August, I accepted a coaching job at a local high school in basketball because that was my love. But Bonnie called me and says, Big Al, would you go to this event with me? And guess what? The featured speaker is this guy named JR. I had no clue who JR was. I said, yeah, I'll go. My season doesn't start practice until you know, a couple more weeks. So I went. But she said, Big Al, this is the question. How can we get Debbie there? I said, homegirl ain't gone, man. She was a negative but supportive spouse. I looked at Debbie, I said, will you go with us? She said, nah. Saturday is a precious day off for me as a school teacher. So me and Bonnie went back to the drawing table, and she says, what's Debbie's hot spot? I said, every woman's dream, a pair of shoes and some pocketbook. Meaning, we'll take her shopping after the training. So basically, we tricked her, but Debbie says we lied to her. So you got to do what you got to do. But the key with Bonnie was she sold me that ticket. I did not get that ticket for free. She sold it to me. Here's the seminar we went to. That's when I had hair. Everybody in this picture is still in Market America. Everybody. But notice who is not in that picture. Debbie. She didn't believe. When she heard JR, she says, who is this guy? Who is this little guy? You know what? You walk away with nuggets when you go to an event like this or a small event. And you walk away with 2 or 3 nuggets. You don't try to be that person. You pick out something at the nugget. Here is a nugget that my wife got, and it was recognition. It's the most important part of a seminar or an event. Rachel and Shane Patterson was 19 years old. They were professional coordinators. My wife dropped her books because the first part of the meeting, she was grading papers at a local seminar that JR was speaking. She didn't even respect JR. She didn't even know who this guy was. But after we come back from lunch, this is the nugget my wife got. You never know when you get somebody to an event like this, or even a small event, or even a home meeting, who will give you a nugget that you'll take and run. And my wife looked at them, the books dropped, and she looked at me, she says, she doesn't call me Big Al, she calls me Alan. She'll tell you, there's no reason to call me Big Al. Oh well, that's why we've been married 30 years. But she dropped her books and says, Big Al, I think we can do this. So Bonnie went back to the drawing table. Here is my why. You gotta have an appealing why. And we dream big, but my immediate gratification was $300 to have a car instead of the hoopty. And that's a good picture of the hoopty van, because it was duct tape, tied, tires were pitiful. Now I have this. But I had to have a dream, and I had to have a reason why. And Billy Eisner is the one that made me say, Big Al, you need to get an Escalade, because you can. And I'm so thankful Billy empowered me, because it's the best ride I've ever been in as far as for a big guy and comfortable. So hoopty or Escalade, okay? But really, ladies and gentlemen, JR's passion of this company and the same corporate team that we've had for 21 years, nobody has left, nobody has come. It's these guys that started JR with a lotion and some jewelry, and JR developed a marketing plan before the products ever came about. And this is what I show, horizontal versus vertical. You have to understand vertical marketing, 100% of 100%. Use this. Get your tickets to the next event, ladies and gentlemen. It's just what we do, as Kevin Buckman says. It's just what we do. We pay in advance for success. 2, get 1 free. My wife used to say, buy 2 to our team, and you get Big Al for free. So now you buy 2, and you get a ticket 6 months out to the next event. Ladies and gentlemen, these guys are committed to us. They've been committed. JR and the corporate team are the same people I met 17 years ago. If you don't take advantage of what we have and get your tickets to the next event and be in Greensboro, North Carolina, I choose succeed, I choose to fail. What are you gonna do?
I'm Stacey Tung from Market Taiwan. Thanks to JR and Lauren, the corporate team, give me this opportunity to be here to share my story with SmartAmericanShop.com. I was a preschool education teacher for more than 10 years. I have no idea about what business is. And I love my job, I love my life. Even I make good money from teaching kids. But I was a really tired teacher. Not tired of teaching, but tired of losing my health, losing my future, and losing my passion of what I have day by day. So I always think about, I work so hard and I deserve a better life. But where to go? Who to lead me? So it's kind of impossible for me in the future, in the every coming day. The frustrated feeling to me ruined my life day by day. And luckily, 7.5 years ago, I was forced to give opportunity to let my aunt to show the business to me. I was be forced because I think I have no sense of business sense. So that time I met Market America. It's kind of too good to be true. From the beginning, I totally don't believe it, don't buy it. How come we work so hard but we don't make money? And this business model can help us to build up a 6-figure residual income only within 2 to 3 years. How is this possible? But I spent few days to get into the training because I'm the preschool education teacher. I only know how to say tell the cutie story, but not business story. So I decided to learn more, and I just realized, wow, it doesn't matter how hard you work. It's about where you work. I just get the idea right away, and then I just work so hard and try to change the way I think, because what I have right now is only because what I have here. So if I always follow here like before, I would never ever change my future. So I decide and commit to myself, is there any training I can learn more? I just try to learn more and I can work different. But after 2 years 1.5 hard working, people around me, they have the different brand, they have the different life and different future than me. And I've realized it's very difficult to prospect, to persuade and even recruit people around me. So that time, luckily, again, my aunt Jennifer invited me to join the Miami World Conference in 2007. That time, we only 3 people here, and we found out, wow, it's the moment, it's the magic moment for me that the people on the stage, they all come from average family, average people, but now they are successful entrepreneurs. And I will be here. I have the chance, and I want to be on this stage one day at that moment. And I buy the ticket. I want to bring more people to come with me to feel this feeling. But it's very difficult because we have to spend a lot of money to come here from Taiwan. So year by year, I get less and less people. Even 2008, even me, no show at that moment because all my partners say, you know Market America already, you make the money already, no need to come to United States. We have convention in Taiwan. But it's totally different. But that time, I hesitated. Why? Because the people all around me, I don't know, because they are my friend, they are my partners. We should work together, so I should stay with them. So that time, no show for the convention. Then it's a big mistake and the big poison of the duplication. They teach me how to do this business. Why not follow JR? Why not follow the system? So after that convention, my team just have a big disaster for the duplication. And I swear to myself, I would never, ever let anybody to tell me, to teach me how to do this business. I only follow JR and Market American and this system. So after that, I demand myself and I buy the ticket. I persuade all my partners we should come to here together because I came here. I make my residual income, but it's my business. You have to come here to make your future, to make your business work and solve your problems, so get your solution here by yourself. So then we try to bring the people to come to United States Convention. So just like 2009, we had 15 from the beginning. And 2009, Greensboro, 8 people. Why from 15 to 8? Because we didn't buy ticket or not enough for our team. So that's why the people get reduced. And after that, the Greensboro time, we 8 people found out it's so powerful to be here to realize who we are working with. So powerful family. So we all get a ticket and even set a goal. Next time we want to be here for 8 for sure, but 40 for the next time. Each of us have to bring 4 more people to come here to see what kind of business we are work with. So next time we really hit the goal. 2010, with 40 people come to Miami again, and Greensboro 41, even 1 more is very important. And 2011, 92 people to come. Greensboro 168, 2012, 201. Last year, Greensboro 207. And how about this time? Even just 2 more. 2013, we 209 people just right over there. We all come here to see our future, to fight for our freedom, to work for ourselves. Thank you guys, thank you the teams. So buy the tickets. Because we all buy the tickets, we are so committed to our future, our family. So we not only buy the tickets here, we have to buy the flight ticket, the bus ticket to join this trip, this revolution. So how much we pay for each of us? We pay $200 for the ticket. For the travel cost is $3,500. It's so much. It's okay because this system is not telling us how to spend money. It's teach us how to make money. So we set an action plan. The action plan will be we hit the UFO, get a retail profit $200 per month, and we work just like a half year, and we can get a profit, and also finish 1 one pay cycle, we can get a commission 1,500. And we sell the web center. Half year to sell one, we can get a profit like $1,000. Even we get a motive party, if our major is motive, it's okay. We do the parties all the time. We help people to lose weight, we make money. And we do the business to make money to come back. So everybody just show the ticket, we're so proud, and do the brainstorming to deal with how to create a good idea to do this business. So we have the party all the time, So we fight for each other. And we hit the UFO, we hit the present challenge. Even we have 182 IBV requirement bonus this time. So we make money from this business. So don't hesitate, because once we hesitate, people around us, they don't know where to go. We just shake your hand, say, we just buy the tickets, we want this work, and everybody get the same direction. And no matter what age we are, no matter where we come from, it doesn't matter. It matters that where we go, we will have the perfect future together, because here we have a lot of system to help us to solve the problem. We get a solution, we work together, and all possible to get in, we will have the love and the future and everything together. Just go buy the ticket, buy 2 to get 1 free, right? Tickets, we need a little price, but the freedom is priceless. God bless Market America. Thank you.
You know, I got to tell you a real quick story. They've spoken so much about buying tickets. Does everybody realize that 95% of success is showing up? Repeat after me. 95% of success is what? That's right, you know, so we need to show up. Quick story for you. I had become involved with Market America 18 years ago, and for the first 3 months, I didn't do anything. I got invited to all kinds of UBPs and Basic Fives and seminars, and oh yeah, I'll be there. But then something important would come up at the shop, and I would stiff on my friends. Do you have anybody like that in your group? Yeah, you got that problem too, right? So one day, a friend said, and I'm from the Boston area, you know, and we're pretty straightforward with one another. And he says, man, you got to go to a seminar this Saturday. Actually, it was a lady. And I says, well, you know, I woke up on Saturday morning and I didn't feel good. And they were like, just shut up and get in the car. So I was like, all right. So I got in the car and fell asleep. We're driving along and driving along and driving along. I woke up like 2 hours later. And I'm like, dude, where are we going? Boston was like back there an hour, you know? And they're like, oh, LaGuardia Airport, New York City. I'm like, these people are whacked out of their head. So we drove all the way down to LaGuardia Airport, New York City, the Marriott, walked through the door, and we were there just about in time for lunch. I was so mad. Rick Hannon's up there showing the plan. They used to show the plan in the morning. I says, I can't believe you guys dragged me down here for this. Well, we went to lunch. After lunch, we come back. And I had a spot right on the 3rd row, right on the aisle. And there was about maybe 150 or so people in attendance. And whose feet hit the stage? J.R. Ridinger. He was so excited, he was spitting all over the first 3 rows. Man, we need a raincoat for this. This guy's fired up, you know? And I gotta tell you, I walked out of that event and I was psyched out of my ever-loving skull. I made a names list while I was sitting there at the event. We drove home, I got all my buddies together, we showed them the plan. I'm like, you guys in or what? Don't waste my time, I won't waste yours. You don't have to quite be that forward, okay? But long story short, I sponsored 11 people in 6 days. Yeah. Thank you. But you know what? That might have been a little aggressive, you know what I mean? And I kind of learned my lesson on that one, that maybe we want to take a little more of a slow and steady type of a pace. But if you have a person that's in your organization that's nuts, a maniac, that's bringing people on board like that, don't throw a bucket of water on their enthusiasm. Oh, slow down, you're going too fast. You pick up the mess. You haven't done that, have you? Sponsor 11 people in that kind of time. So pick up the mess when somebody else is going crazy. But here's my point behind it all, is that from there till now, 18 years later, I've only sponsored approximately 60 people into Market America. The organization's absolutely enormous. I've earned millions and millions of dollars through the company. And I found out something interesting. There's a big difference between follow-up and follow through. Dennis, you'll appreciate this. There's a big difference between follow up and follow through. Everybody repeat after me. There's a big difference between follow up and follow through. Follow up is what you do to answer their questions, maybe get them signed into the business, get them building their names list. Follow through is what you do to get them successful so you can go boating or golfing or whatever you want to do. Does everybody see the difference? There's a huge difference here. You don't have to be the biggest sponsoring machine in the world, but personally, but yet you want to make sure you're following through on people properly to help them all sponsor, recruit, activate, and so on and so forth. And as they become a success, you become a success. But what I found out is that if you're not getting them to events, it's a waste of time. We were talking about this. Big Al brought a new fellow with him now, Sharon, and we were talking about it backstage. He's like, what's the key, man? You know, you get people rolling in this business, how do you really get them to crank? I says 95% of success is showing up. We started a new organization exactly 1 year ago out in the Buffalo area. Anybody here, by the way, from Buffalo? All right. The great state of Buffalo. We've got an awesome team out there with Dan Herlihy and Shannon Goodbury and a lot of other greats in the business. But we started an organization out there exactly 1 year ago. Last week, we had a home business presentation. But you know what? Before that, the week before, we had a home business presentation. Not to mention the week before that, and the other 48 or 49 weeks before that, we had a home business presentation. We have a home business presentation every single week, other than the week of the UBP. The week of the UBP, we get everybody at the UBP. Does that make sense to everybody right off? Okay? But otherwise, home business presentation every single week in that organization. And for the past 52 weeks, we've worked names lists and made three-way phone calls every Sunday night. But you know what? That all would be a waste if we weren't getting them to the events to learn the system and how to build it. Now, last week, we had 41 people at a home business presentation with 17 guests and a 100% follow-up rate. That ain't too bad, is it? Okay? You know, over the course of my career, I found that education really is key, and we've talked about that so much here this afternoon. I've been to every world conference throughout the years, 18 of them. I've been to every international convention. I've been to every regional that was offered in my area. I even went on the Utopia Moving Up seminars with Dennis and JR and Kevin 11 years in a row, and 10 of the 11 years I brought 36 people with me. We had the whole boat. 10 years in a row. Folks, knowledge is power in any business. I don't care what you're doing. Knowledge is what? And you know, I have to congratulate you all for being here. I believe that with Market America, and I truly believe this, 80% of the people that are involved with Market America can make some absolutely fabulous money. I think 15% of them will make well over $100,000 a year, and 5% of them will get filthy, stinking rich. And I think that's you, because you're what? You're here. Isn't that right? So you know what, folks? You are the champions. You are the people that made the commitment. You are the people who are here. You're not going to let anything get in your way. Who here wants to become wealthy with Market America and Shop.com? Let me hear you. Let me hear if you want to be wealthy. Don't let anything get in your way. Don't let anything knock you off track. You make sure that you text everybody who's not here, tell them to buy 2 tickets for the convention. They've only got until this evening. You get one free. And the key behind the first event that I went to, I didn't even know you had to pay. They stuck me in the seat and they paid for my what? My ticket. I didn't even know. So pay it forward, right? You do that also. Buy 2 tickets, get one free, get somebody to the convention that should have been here. You are the champions. You deserve to be applauded. High five the person next to you and say, you're a champion. All right, let's make it happen, you guys. Don't let anything knock you off track. Success is here for you with Market America. Make it happen. We'll see you at the top.